Hello, this is Mary with Better Day Consulting and Credit Repair, and I just want to bring you this short video on debt collectors texting, emailing, and sending you voice messages. So this is covered under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and the FDCPA. That's the federal law that determines what third-party debt collectors can and can't do, when they're trying to collect the debt from you. This law was passed in 1977, and it didn't address any forms of modern communication like we have now. We have the faxes and the cell phones and texts and all that kind of stuff. We have that today. It wasn't in existence back in 1977 when this law was initially implemented. So text messaging, for example, it wasn't introduced until 1992, and that was 15 years after the FDCPA was passed. And it hadn't been updated, to address these collection activities, with this modern communication, like, text messages and emails and voicemail. So the Telephone Consumer Protection Act of 1991, it may provide some forms of protection. And what it's going to do is going to limit the use of like auto dialing. You know how you get those auto robot dialing calls to you, and unsolicited phone calls without prior express consent. So one of the things that debt collectors, they argue is that, when you list a phone number on your credit card or your loan application, you basically giving them the right to contact you at that number for, like any issues any issues involving the account that you're applying for. And so what you want to do is, limit the information that you put out there. I know like some application may say, if you don't, provide all the information, your application can get denied. But what you basically doing is giving your information out there to whoever's going to have access to it. So one of the things that I do for my clients, I try to get them to, not put phone numbers on there, because like if you fill out a credit card application, especially online, and a lot of people do their credit card applications online, or even if they call in to one of the creditors to try to get a credit card or something like that, they're not going to call you and tell you got denied or anything like that. What they're going to do is, if you're over the phone, they're going to tell you, hey, Miss Mary, you've been approved. They're going to tell you right then, or they're going to send me, the letter in the mail if I'm being denied. They ain't going to, call me or anything like that. Same thing with when you're doing it online without a representative on the phone. Nobody's going to call you and tell you that you've been denied. They ain't going to pop up on that screen saying that you're going to get a letter in 10 days, but ain't nobody going to contact you. Anybody going to call you. So that's one of the things you probably want to go ahead and go ahead and do. So I want to show you guys my screen for 1 second, so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is actually from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You guys can read that. Go to this website and read it. Just type in debt collectors contacting you by text or something like that. And then here's the proposed rule right here. It's right here. You can, get to that website and click on it. But I just want to show you down here where it says one of the things is that they're proposing that the proposed rule will require debt collectors. No, that's not it. This one right here. Can y'all see that? Yep. Okay. So one of the things is the proposed rule would clarify how debt collectors may lawfully use newer communication technologies such as voicemail, email, and text messages to communicate with consumers, and will protect consumers who do not wish to receive communications by, among all things, allowing them to unsubscribe. So you can't unsubscribe from these text messages, just like you can any other text messages that you get and you don't want them. Just reply like stop or something like that. And it also says the proposed rule will also clarify how collectors may provide required disclosures electronically. In addition, if consumers want to limit ways debt collectors can contact them, for example, at a specific telephone number, while they are at work or during certain hours, the rules clarifies how the consumers may easily do so. And I went over this stuff this week in reference to debt collection and how they can contact you, how they can communicate you, and if you want them to stop, you just can either send them a letter or something like that, or you just can tell them over the phone. But it's better to send them a letter. But in this case, where you have these telecommunication and stuff like that, especially the text messages, you just want to go ahead and tell them, stop or reply stop or whatever mode of response is on the text messages to let you know that to let them know that you don't want to receive further communications by that way of communication anymore. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you guys understand this. So if you do get a text message from a collector, you still have to verify, or they still have to verify who they are, and they have to validate that debt with you. So it's still some information that they have to provide to you, even if they do text you. So I just want to let y'all know, just in case you get an email or a text or something like that from these debt collectors, because they have to, or they don't have to, but they are updating the way they communicate with you. And text messages seems to be the fastest thing that people reply to. Let me get this off. Text messages seem to be the quickest thing that people reply to when they're when they're being communicated with. They have a cell phone. So I just want to let you guys know that this is Mary with Better Day Consulting and Credit Repair, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with somebody that perhaps needs to hear this, because you don't want them to be surprised that they get this. Hey, I got an email or text message, and then they end up being mad about it. But yeah, this is what's happening. Everybody is updating to modern communication now. All right. Again, this is Mary with Better Day Consulting and Credit Repair. And if you want your credit fix, put Mary Taylor in the mix. And I do free consults at creditconsult.betterdayconsulting.com. Have a good one. Bye-bye.